Another 23 seconds and we'll go straight to Matt. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good show, guys.
Tonight at 6, a murder suspect speaks. When Cedric Marks claims about the killings of Jenna Scott and Michael Swearingen.
It's been a tragic, tragic loss. It's so hard for me to even look that direction. I couldn't come last.
5 seconds.
A historic Central Texas church goes up in flames. How the congregation will overcome.
Open Matt's mic.
And we've had a wintry mix across parts of Central Texas today, and that will continue into the evening hours tonight. We'll talk about our winter weather advisory and what our weekend looks like. Your Central Texas News Now starts right now.
Morning animation.
From the heart of Texas, this is Central Texas News Now.
And open mic.
Boy, oh boy, it's starting to feel like winter out there. We're getting a glimpse into what viewers from all across Central Texas are seeing in their backyards. This picture sent to us from Troy. And this one came in from a viewer in Belton. The winter weather has been moving through the area all day long and appears to be a mix of sleet and snow and something called graupel. The graupel is defined as small snow pellets or soft hail precipitation that forms when super cooled water droplets are collected and freeze on falling snowflakes. It's seen as those small little balls of ice and appear more white than clear. The chance for more wintry mix could be in the cards for
You want to go straight to Toolbox?
This is a live look at Twin Bridges at Lake Waco, where it will be a chilly commute for those heading out this evening. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6 o'clock. I'm Lindsay Lippman. Joe Gum is on assignment. We start tonight with what everybody seems to be talking about, and that is the winter weather. Chief Meteorologist Matt Hines joins us now. And Matt, you've been talking about the possibility of these types of conditions, and it came true.
Yes, and I liked your explanation of graupel.
It sounded very scientific.
It was very. Do you know what super cooled water is?
Ice?
It's water that's below freezing that's still in a liquid state.
Okay. Mind blown.
Ooh, all right, let's take a look at what's going on right now across the area. Our first look at Central Texas winter radar.
Steph, you gotta try it out yourself for me.
On Monday. Remember highs near 80, record highs? Oh, yeah, that's gone. Let's take a look at what's going on right now. You can see a band of sleet and snow extending from Corsicana back near Waco through Crawford and Gatesville. Valley Mills also seeing that as well. I think the heaviest is approaching you folks in Corsicana right now. That moved through west about 20 minutes ago. And also that's the same band that moved through Valley Mills and Crawford, producing some bridges that have become iced over there. Jeff will talk more about that in just a second. Also extending from near Waco back to McGregor, Woodway, back into Gatesville. We are seeing some of that, and even down toward Flat and Lampasas, another little band developing here.
2 seconds on them.
Mainly control hood as that works its way off toward the northeast. But there are a few more systems developing here from Salado down to Georgetown. That'll be moving up to in Temple, and that band continues to roll across the area tonight. Winter weather advisory in effect. It does include Waco, Temple, and Killeen. And it's cold, folks. Temperatures at or below freezing where we're seeing some of this. So, again, watch out on those bridges and overpasses tonight. We could have some slick spots for you.
Very good advice. You just heard Matt mention those bands moving through the area, and we need to focus on 2 of them that have developed because that's where the heavier precipitation will be. And that's right where we find our own Jeff Forgeron. He joins us live out in Crawford. Jeff, how's it looking out there?
Just fall. CGN.
Yeah, Lindsay, we were in Valley Mills earlier during the 5 o'clock newscast. Now we're in Crawford. We did experience a lull in the precipitation, but it's starting to pick up once again. Right now we're experiencing that mixture of graupel and sleet. So 2 different types of ice, but the graupel is more snow. You can actually get a really good idea of what it is right here. I know Lindsay explained it a little while ago. The graupel is more white, the sleet is more clear, but this is exactly what is accumulating on the sides of the roads and on the overpasses, the bridges across this area where the bands have been setting up. Earlier in Valley Mills, we actually experienced snowflakes that were the size of nickels and dimes. They were huge. That transitioned over to a heavy sleet, and that's mainly what we've been experiencing. It's kind of painful to stand in. I want to show you kind of how much sleet and graupel has been accumulating out here in Crawford. It actually melted about 10 minutes ago, but then it started to pick up once again, and that is also what's accumulating on the roads. I want to walk right over to the road over here, Highway 317 coming into Crawford, and right now it's mostly liquid on the roads, but Air temperatures are right around freezing, maybe just below, but I think the ground temperatures are just above freezing. That's why we're not seeing any major icing going on. But when you walk across this road, it is a little bit slushy, and driving up and down this highway, we were just doing that over the past half hour or so just to kind of monitor what the situation is like. And when you drive over those overpasses and bridges, it's actually starting to ice over a little bit because the air is getting under the bridges and it's getting a little bit colder than the roads are actually. So be very careful on the roads tonight if you've been experiencing this mixture of precipitation, because temperatures will probably go down at least a few degrees, and there will be a few more bands coming through. Of course, Matt's going to be talking more about that. For now, though, live in Crawford, Jeff Orgeron, Central Texas News Now.
Jeff, thank you. We're now hearing from the man accused of killing 2 people from Temple and then burying them in a shallow grave in Oklahoma. Our Hunter Davis joins us now live from Killeen. And Hunter, Cedric Marks says he's not guilty of killing Jenna Scott and Michael Swearingen.
She's full.
Lindsay, the denial came during an interview with KPRC out of Houston. The interview happened yesterday. And during the video call from the Valley Jail with the station, Mark said he had, quote, nothing to do with their bodies being found in a shallow grave in Oklahoma last month. The discovery came after the pair was reported missing from Temple in early January. Marks also claims police coerced a witness against him. However, that witness, Maya Maxwell, says she was there when the murders happened. Marks also adding that he, quote, was not trying to escape Sunday when he somehow freed himself from a prisoner transport van outside of McDonald's near Houston, but he declined to say how he escaped. Police recaptured the 44-year-old ex-MMA fighter 9 hours later.
I guess just say,
Marks is now being held on a more than $1.75 million bond on charges to include capital murder. Live in Killeen, Hunter Davis, Central Texas News Now.
Thank you, Hunter. And we'll continue to follow that story as it develops. In more news tonight, authorities charge a Temple man in connection to his father's death in South Carolina. The Index Journal of Greenwood reports a grand jury indicted 29-year-old Jesse Smith last month on a murder charge, as well as 2 counts of destruction of human remains.
That's 9 seconds. We will rebuild.
Smith told state agents he shot his father, Nathan
I don't
Smith,
see audio from her.
several times at a home in McCormick,
I don't see
in the
audio.
western part of the state. The records say he didn't dispose of the body and Ruth Porter's body in a backyard burn pile. A judge is encouraging prosecutors to decide if he should be charged with murder in Porter's death as soon as possible.
See?
No, Steph, you're just going to have to toss it to the package.
The church. The people are the church, not the building. We will rebuild.
Open mic, she's up.
A pastor's strong message following an overnight fire that destroyed a historic 150-year-old church in Falls County. And now, investigators are working to find out what sparked it. As you can imagine, it was an emotional day in Moorville.
Hey.
I believe I finished the 8th grade.
Come on.
Ann Phelps has been a part of Moorville.
Steph, we lost your audio, so we had to kill the live. Great job.
People who have been a part of this church or who lived in the area always feel ties to Moorville.
A fire late Thursday night destroyed the sanctuary of the historic church.
So many things that will never be replaced. We have nothing now but memories.
About a minute left in package, and we'll come back to camera 3.
I didn't think it's going to update it. It did update my
And in 1992, the building earned itself a Texas Historical Marker.
Well, I was just shocked and devastated, just the very idea of losing our church sanctuary, our building that's was so old and meant so much to so many, many people.
It even meant a lot to the firefighters battling the blaze, including the chief of Chilton's Volunteer Fire Department, Rodney Hall.
This is a big part of the history in Falls County, especially for this community. You know, and to see all your history just go up in flames, you know, it's heartbreaking.
On Friday, investigators with the state marshal's office went to Moorville to collect evidence to try and figure out what sparked the massive fire.
15. It's not going to be standing out. Q will hold us together.
Gathered in the only building that remains standing, built in 1997.
This is
no, because she was going to be live 5.
That gets us back to, you know, holds us together.
Open mic, she's up.
And that was Stephanie Escobar reporting. We do know there was construction work happening at the church, but it's unknown if that's related to the fire. Officials say the investigation into the cause of the fire is expected to take at least a month. An attorney claims an Oklahoma elementary school principal is to blame for a bus crash that injured 27 people in Central Texas last year. Lampasas police say the bus was traveling on Highway 281 just north of the Lampasas Airport on September 29th of last year when it rolled and hit a fence. The bus was carrying 24 fifth-grade girls and 3 adults to SeaWorld in San Antonio. Attorney David Smith, who represents a girl critically injured in the crash, claims Ty Bell, the principal of Cleveland Elementary School in Norman, was using his cell phone when he lost control of the bus. The Oklahoman reports that Smith has asked a judge to order Norman Public Schools to release a video he says will prove that Bell was using his cell phone. Smith also says the Texas Highway Patrol requested the video for their investigation, but the district refused to cooperate. Texas EPS listed speed as another factor in that crash. A memorial service has been set for a veteran who died while out canoeing on Belton Lake in January. The service for Scott Windholz is set to take place at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the Moody Leon Methodist Church. Instead of flowers, the family would like all direct donations to be donated to Team Texas Canines in Troy. A celebration of life of Windholz will be held in New Hampshire at a later date. This all comes after a justice of the peace identified a body found at Belton Lake on Tuesday to be that of the 25-year-old veteran. Crews have been searching for Windholz's body since January 21st. That's when his canoe capsized when he was out with 2 other people. One of those men was able to swim to shore, but the other, Kelton Spaller, also died in the incident. Spaller was a soldier at Fort Hood, and Windholz recently completed 4 years of military service while stationed here in Central Texas.
Full screen's up,
Surfers found Spaller's body in the same area they found Windholz's body. The 25-year-old Spaller was laid to rest last week in Killeen.
She's up, music.
Changes coming to Chili Fest, and that has upset some ticket holders, and now the event appears to be backtracking. We'll explain. Plus, Amazon's second headquarters, it's a speed bump, why it may not be built in New York after all.
Matt's up.
And a winter weather advisory continues for a good portion of the area. We'll take a look at the latest sleet amounts.
Kill the music full. 3, 2, 1. Master, take master control.